My mom went out 2 days before Christmas and then texted me 12 hours later saying she would be gone for a week and for me to have the kids. She hasn't come back since, so it's been almost 9 weeks. I have heard from her only 3 times in total, and she is saying she isn't coming back anytime soon. She just keeps sending money. My siblings are 16, 13, 12, 9, and 7. I'm 19. I'm surviving looking after the kids by myself, and to be honest, not much has changed because I did most of it when my mom was here anyway. We live with our nan, but she doesn't help with them really either, and my older siblings have long moved out. I guess my question is my mom being gone a serious issue legally and with social services? I don't want to risk the kids going into care. I've done that when I was younger, so I haven't told anyone that she's gone. I'm scared of what will happen if people find out, so I don't want to even ask the question in real life. Edit. There were some comments asking if my nan could assume guardianship of my younger siblings or foster care options. Thanks, and I don't know. I guess all I know is I really don't want them going into care. The system where we live is terrible, and I just don't want them to go through that. I don't feel like my life prospects are great anyway, and I don't want to send them into care so I can maybe have a bit better life. Because I doubt I would anyway, and I think the guilt would eat at me more than just sticking it out with them. Maybe if I hadn't already done everything for them before my mom left, then this would feel worse, but I have taken care of them for years already, and I don't think I can abandon them. My nan might agree to that. For now, she just says my mom will be back soon. She refuses to help with the kids generally because she's been there done that, or whatever, and says she's too old. Update 1. I spoke to my mom on the phone and told her I want her to give me custody of the kids since she is refusing to come back or say when she will be back, and I'm done with her BS. We argued for like an hour, but in the end, she said she would do it after I told her I was going to call the police on her. Before speaking to her, I spoke to a lawyer, and I should be able to get legal guardianship through a parenting order, which will go through court. My 22-year-old brother said he will move home and help me under the condition that my mom doesn't move back, as he refuses to be around her. His income and input will help a lot, and he seems serious about wanting to be involved with parenting and taking care of the kids, especially our little brother, as he needs a male role model badly. If we can't get custody, then my nan should be able to. Either way, my mom is very unlikely to keep custody unless she suddenly decides she gives a crap, but I would bet my life she will never give a single care in the world. Also, someone asked about where our dad was in all of this. He disappeared 5 years ago after my older siblings started talking openly about how he abused them. We haven't seen or heard from him since. He used to vanish for years at a time and come back when he was bored or whatever, and my mom would try to keep him around with new babies. I don't think he will be back again. Getting legal custody is the outcome I want, so I'm relieved it seems like a real possibility. Now I'm just trying to do a total overhaul of everything with the kids because I think they need a lot more structure, discipline, rules, and routine than they have had until now. I have realized I don't really know anything about good parenting, so I have a lot to learn. Maybe I will get some books. Until now, our house has been more like a house share with everyone doing what they want and running around feral rather than anyone really guiding the kids. I grew up even more feral, and I don't think it's a good way to be raised. So I'm starting a bath and bedtime routine for the youngest 2 and a curfew for the teenagers. Because right now, the 12-year-old goes off on his skateboard and will just show up again at like 10 p.m. on a school night. I've also been giving them much better food than they usually have, and it's been rough to get them to eat healthy, but we have made so much progress already. Any advice on instilling rules would be welcome, as I don't think it will be easy, and I have never had any kind of actual parent role model in my life. Edit. Thank you so much for all the helpful comments here and messages offering help and advice. Right now, I'm putting all my energy into the new routine and trying to sort out legal guardianship so we can get money for the kids, etc. Everything else is a problem for later on when we are more settled. My older brother came up last weekend, and to be honest, it was nice but weird because the younger kids don't even remember him, and they pretty much clung to me for the entire time because having a man in the house is strange for them. But after he left, they said they missed him and liked having him here. He's been sorting his stuff out this week and is coming back tomorrow with all his stuff, and will be working remotely from our house. My brother and I have spoken a lot, and I think we will be able to get on the same page with the kids and make it work. I'm worried about some things with parenting differences, but we will figure it out. I'm trying not to seem controlling, but it's hard to adjust to someone else being very involved when I have been looking after them by myself. I know I need him though. My nan was actively trying to undermine me, and we had an argument. Then my brother got here, and he had an argument with her in the first half hour, so she went to my aunt's for a while. She is still paying the bills here, but if she stops, we will be okay with my brother's money and mine. My brother wants to take the kids and move house, but I am not even thinking about that until everything else is sorted out. Now that things are actually changing, Our older sisters are more interested and have been messaging me, so they might help as well. The kids are not taking the new routine too well, but we are making progress, so I'm trying to stick with it. I made a meal plan and have stuck to that all week. My 9-year-old sister told me she likes rules, which makes it feel worth it. The teenagers are kind of a nightmare, but I'm trying to persevere with them. The 13-year-old was being horrific, and I lost my cool, which made her have an emotional breakdown, and now she's been a lot better. The 12-year-old has taken it okay-ish. He just tells me I'm a loser all the time and asks for his skateboard back 1,000,000 times a day, but I know he knows where it is, so he is being pretty good considering he could just take it back if he really wanted. The 16-year-old is hell. The 7-year-old has like 3 tantrums a day and won't eat or sleep, so she stresses me out probably the most. My mom hasn't called anymore but is complying with giving us custody and told her friend it's the best thing that's ever happened to her. I can't be bothered with her, and if she tries to come back, I will do everything I can to keep her away from the kids. Update 2. Hi, not sure if doing multiple updates is okay, but I have had a lot of messages since the previous post and think it will be easier to update people who are interested like this as replying to all is hard. Thanks to the advice here, we have realized that getting kinship is a better choice for us financially than getting legal guardianship. This wasn't mentioned to us by the lawyer or social services, so I'm so grateful for everyone here as we will have so much less financial stress on kinship, and we will get access to a lot more services for the kids. Things are already seeming so much less scary. My brother has come home to help me and is working remotely for his same job, which is ideal. He has been amazing at making it all happen so fast and packing up his life to move back. He is still back and forth at the moment but should be here full-time besides a few days a month where he has to be there in person. Our oldest sister has said she will send some money every month to help us but doesn't want to be involved other than that. I understand why and am very grateful she is helping. Honestly, it hurts a bit that she refuses to talk about the kids or anything, but she is doing what she can handle right now, I guess. Our other sister is working fly-in fly-out right now and has suggested coming back on her weeks off to help out, but I'm not sure if that will actually happen or work well in reality. My brother doesn't get along with her very well and says he doesn't think living with her again will work. The kids are still struggling with the new rules, and we have had some issues. The 16-year-old hates me, so my brother is trying to take over with her because I am bored of fighting with her. The others are doing better but still so difficult. The 7-year-old won't sleep, which is the hardest thing right now because then I can't sleep, and I'm so exhausted. She has meltdowns when she's tired and she's always tired now, so she's always having meltdowns. I don't know what to do with her. Everything I try to make her sleep doesn't work that well. She says she doesn't know why she can't sleep, so I don't know where to even start. My brother tried to get her to bed, and she just cried and screamed for me. The 12-year-old is listening to our brother, which is the best thing to ever happen because I was really worried about handling him since he absolutely never listens to me. The 13 and 9-year-olds are easier and not stressing me out too much. So we are kind of dividing and conquering now. My brother handles 2, and I handle the other 3. I have found out I am very protective of the younger ones and find it very difficult to let my brother discipline them, so it causes fewer problems between us if I deal with them. Still early days, and hoping consistency will fix a lot of the smaller issues. Long term, we want to rent somewhere bigger as our nan's house is very cramped and making things harder. Sorry this is long and messy, just wanted to update everyone who has asked and thank everyone again for the advice. Up in the comments. Yeah. I think him being that bit older and the fact they haven't seen him for years has made him automatically more of an authority figure to the teenagers. The younger ones are a bit unsure of him still, and I think they will adjust to him better if he isn't being the strict one straight off. It's hard to find the balance with the different approaches for each kid. But the 16-year-old went to a party last night and was texting me arguing about the preset pickup time we gave her, so my brother went to get her, and she actually got in the car. If I had gone, she would have 100% told me to screw off. Trying to get them to the general practitioner is a huge struggle time-wise and money-wise. We'll get them in ASAP, but it probably won't be that soon. Also, we don't have a car big enough for everyone, so we would have to go in separate trips as well. The teachers are aware of the situation. They know my mom is a piece of crap, and I have been doing parents' night, etc., for the kids for literal years. I told them she is away, and I am going for custody. Update 3. Back with another update for those who asked. I can't believe it's been over 3 months now. We applied for kinship and have had the provisional approval, the home inspection, and some interviews. We've got a couple more things to do, and then we should be good. We got our first payment, which has been so good and really made me feel much more optimistic about everything because we will be able to actually do something other than just survive. The caseworker pretty much told me they don't want to have to find placements for this many kids, so us keeping them is their much preferred option, which is reassuring. My mom hasn't contacted me for a while. We thought she might show up on Easter because holidays are usually her time to cry about how much she misses our dad, and she usually prefers to ruin everyone's day with that, but she didn't come, thank God. Our nan is still at our auntie's because she can't stand to be around us apparently. Because me trying to feed them good food and not let a 7-year-old disappear for hours on bicycles with kids 3+ years older than her is just me thinking I'm better than my nan. A lot of people suggested trying co-sleeping with a 7-year-old, so I have started doing that. It's helping a bit, and she actually will lay down, so that's a win. She still cries a lot and tries to get up, but it's not the worst thing ever because I have been looking things up and reading stuff online while I lay with her until she eventually calms down. I've ordered melatonin to try. I share a room with a 16-year-old, and she doesn't want the 7-year-old in there, but it's kind of tough. I can't do anything about it until we can move house, which isn't going to be soon. It's not the most peaceful night with her in there because she kicks me and wakes up at random times trying to chat or crying, but we are getting some sleep. She slept in my single bed with me from 4 months old until she was like 2. I clearly knew nothing about safe sleep, but my mom had sold the crib to try to annoy my dad, so she actually had nowhere else to sleep, and I haven't told her that because I don't want to tell her mom didn't care that she didn't have a bed. But she seems to remember because she said, "We used to have sleepovers in your bed a lot, didn't we?" Also, I got the 16-year-old earplugs and told her she can sleep in the 7-year-old's bed in the other room if she prefers. I do my best to try to soothe the 7-year-old in general. She had one of her crying breakdowns last week and said she didn't feel safe or happy. Then she said she wishes I was her real mommy. I told her I am her real mommy because I've looked after her whole life, and I won't ever leave her. She seems a bit happier since then. I'm going to get a photo of us for her to have in her little purse she carries everywhere. She's pretty sentimental, so she will like that. Yesterday, she asked me if me and our brother are married. Obviously, I said no, and she said, "I just feel like you are my mom and dad." I hope that's a good thing, even if it is a little weird. She is definitely bonding with him too. She always wants me to carry her around, and when I say no because I'm busy, he offers to do it, and she lets him now. She used to ignore him, so seeing her snuggle into his neck and actually relax is the cutest thing ever. It makes my heart happy because I remember wishing I had a dad who would hold me, and I'm so glad she is getting all the love. My brother and I have had a few disagreements over discipline. He is pretty strict, and usually, that's a good thing because they need it, to be honest, but sometimes I find it a bit much. The biggest disagreement was when he smacked the 9-year-old, and I lost my crap. We grew up with a lot worse, and not gonna lie, I have smacked them before, but I don't want to be doing that anymore. He thinks there's nothing wrong with one smack on the bum, and I would just rather we don't go there. He said he won't do it again, and I don't think he will. He wasn't angry when he did it, so I'm not really concerned about it, and he apologized to the 9-year-old. We're just still trying to figure out discipline. Our dad used an electric cord as a whip, so one smack on the bum is practically gentle parenting to us. I have read enough to know we don't want to be doing any physical disciplining, though. The worst thing I've had to do is give the youngest 2 suppositories. My sister gave me money to take them to the general practitioner because I was worried about them and couldn't find any for free, and didn't want to wait for kinship. Turns out they are both malnourished, underweight, and constipated, and they've missed some vaccines. For the constipation, we tried medicine, more fiber and more water, but no bueno, so it had to be the suppositories because the doctor said it was verging on severe. I tried to explain it to them and make the whole thing easy, but it turned into quite the drama. The 9-year-old was easier but still took me a while. The 7-year-old was impossible, and everyone got too stressed on day 1, so we left it, and she was still not complying on day 2, so my brother had to get involved and pretty much had to hold her down. Because I called the doctor and she said either we do it or I take her in and they do it, so we really had no choice, and I still feel horrible about it. I'm obsessed with what they're eating now because I do not want anyone going through that again. But I will say they are a lot better since. They aren't getting tummy aches, and they aren't so grouchy, and it has helped the 7-year-old with her sleep for sure. We are getting the other 3 to the doctor next week. We will do telehealth after, but I want them to see someone in person for the first appointment. After that, the next thing on the list is the dentist. We have looked into therapy and should be getting telehealth sessions soon. So far, all 3 teenagers have said they aren't doing therapy, but I will try to make them at least try it. The 16-year-old is still difficult. She took my ID, and she was going out whenever she liked. But my brother grounded her, and she has actually listened and not tried to sneak out. The other 3 are doing okay, no big issues with them. They are adapting pretty well, I think. I try to talk to them all about everything when I can, and they all seem to understand what's going on and trust that we won't be going anywhere, and we just need them to cooperate with us so we can get through. Sorry this is so long again. I don't know how long I will keep doing these updates, but for now, everyone is so incredibly helpful that I will carry on posting because I always need more advice. Update 4. Parenting is kind of hell right now, and I'm feeling really bad physically and mentally. My previous posts explained everything, but the short version is our mom left right before Christmas, and I'm now looking after my 5 younger siblings. The 16-year-old has been a pain in the rear the whole time. So unhelpful, permanently grumpy, arguing about everything, and winding up the younger ones just to be annoying. basically making my life harder every chance she gets. She got her phone confiscated today because she was videoing our little sister having an emotional meltdown and laughing at her. Later on, while I was putting the phone away, I saw a message from our mom pop up saying some horrible stuff. My mom hasn't messaged me in weeks, and the 16-year-old hasn't mentioned messaging her at all, so I was like WTF. Took me a few attempts to get into her phone, but I got in and saw so many messages. Mostly her begging our mom to come home and our mom either ignoring her or telling her to come to the city she's in right now. The 16-year-old sent her so many messages saying our younger siblings need her, and our mom replied saying, I think Op knows how to raise them better, so she is leaving me to it since I don't want her here. The most recent one was the 16-year-old asking why she doesn't care about us, and our mom basically said she has better things to do than sit here and listen to us all tell her everything she is doing wrong all the time. I knew she was having a hard time, but reading her messages to our mom has broken me, and I just want to stop her from hurting so much. She basically hates me right now, so comforting her is very hard because she will not open up even a bit, and whenever I speak to her about it, she acts like she doesn't care. I don't know what to do or say to her. Meanwhile, my older sister just calls me periodically to tell me she wishes she could help, but she can't because of a list of reasons including but not limited to, her not being able to face being around our youngest sister because our parents said she was her replacement, and older sis can't get over it. Which is like, okay, but baby sis just turned 7, and big sis is almost 25, so at some point, she needs to try to get past that and realize it's not the little one's fault. And big sis is struggling because she feels like I'm her kid apparently, and she wanted me to come live with her when I was younger, but I chose to stay here and let my mom get away with not parenting. But the alternative is my siblings being neglected and abused like we were. Anyway, for real, I don't have time to be dealing with her emotional issues on top of everyone else's. And she's whining to me like, oh, I had to take time off work because I'm having a hard time mentally, which makes me feel so great when I am working my hardest to feed 5 kids and dealing with a million behavioral issues a day and don't have time to do anything. Before everyone starts shouting therapy, yeah, it's in the works. Trying to get telehealth arranged, but it's taking forever. We can't afford anything else, so that's the best we have for now. Until then, it's good old-fashioned just get on with it and try not to mess the kids up any more than they already are.